me, it was just like, it was pure adrenaline, pure passion for that last 200. It was the morning off. My parents and my fiance came to my hotel and they were like asking how I was feeling. I was telling them, I was like, I'm gonna win today. And so my dad doubled down and he goes, all right, so when you win, we're gonna be standing over here. So you come over and you give us a hug then. And I was like, okay, perfect.
I can't see that well far away. So I was going, it's Josh in the lead, as we were jumping up and down. And it was just surreal.
We knew he was in a really good nick. Moving up to 600 to go, he got in the place he wanted to be, and then that's when it started getting really exciting. So, and then, as I say, the last 200 metres, everyone was just jumping up and down, and yeah, it was awesome. It was
a very special moment.
You mentioned Jake Whiteman there, a friend of yours, of course, you grew up with, and he was world champion, as you mentioned, a year earlier. And there's a famous picture of you both as kids at the Edinburgh Athletic Club.
I was under 13 at the time, and so I did the 1K, whatever it was, and then I passed it over to my brother, who got cut out of the photo. He gets cut out of this photo every time. He was the under 15 leg, and so then we passed over to Jake Whiteman, and he did the under 17 leg, and we won. So we were all standing there with a trophy, and that was the first time I ever raced kind of with him. It definitely won't make it easier for me having Whiteman in there, because obviously he's an amazing athlete, but I think that's what is going to make this year's 1500 metres and just overall, like, you know, athletics in the UK is going to be so exciting this year.
And just a word about Jakob Ingebrigtsen, one of your biggest rivals in the 1500. Are you expecting him to want a bit of revenge in Paris for what happened in Budapest?
He's won a lot of races in his time, and the World Champs is something that he hasn't won yet, and I know that would frustrate him, but you know, I'm in the exact same position where, you know, I haven't won an Olympic gold medal and he's got that, so I'm almost going after his title more than he's going after mine. He'll go after mine in 2025.
There you go. Good luck. It won me a good few hundred quid at the Worlds.
You're very confident, you've got a lot of self-belief. How difficult is it not to be, you know, people to portray you as arrogant?
I've ran a season's best, a personal best in every World and Olympic final since I've arrived on the scene, and you know, that shows me that I'm consistently, you know, good at that high level. And so that's where that information comes from, and that, you know, that obviously adds to the confidence.
Just explain to us about the sunglasses.
I first started wearing them in 2022, it was, before the World Championships. And for me, like, I was looking for something to give me a bit more of an edge, a little bit, you know, a little bit different about me on that start line, you know, because what we do, right, is we sit from about 45 minutes to an hour before, we pretty much sit in a small room like this. You can't see my eyes when I've got them on, so a lot of people are staring at me, asking me if I'm looking at them. So it's just a bit of an edge.
You'd always targeted the Paris Olympics. Why is that?
I'll be 26 when this Olympics comes around, and I knew that this was one that I was going to be at my peak. It's a peak age. I knew the kind of the trajectory I was on. It was going to take me a little bit to really familiarize myself within a World Championship stage or Olympic stage. So I thought this was going to be the one that I could really win. It's been a distant dream, but it's nice it's coming around now.
When it comes to the Olympics, you're now the world champion. You're the man to beat. Does that put extra pressure on you?
I don't feel a lot of pressure, just because it's what I've done for a long time. It's my job. It's just another day in the office for me. And if I'm running a PB, it means that it's the fastest Olympic final there's ever been. And so, again, if you're in those kind of areas, you're in those races, you can't affect what everyone else is doing. You've got to be what you're doing. And if I run 3:27 in the Olympic final, it gets me 5th. It's the best that I can do.
It's going to be an incredible race. I think Josh would be the first person to admit that on any given day, there's probably 1 or 5 or 6 people that could win it, and that's the standard. It's so high.
I think I'm good enough to win. I think I'm going to be in the right positions, and if I run in those areas in those times, I think it'll be good. But again, I'll accept whatever result and shake everyone's hand.
If you were to get gold at the Olympics, Seb Coe did it in the Olympics but never went to the Worlds. Steve Cram never won the Olympic gold. How desperate are you to make that happen, to be the person that gets both? Yeah,
myself and Jake will be doing, I guess, the same thing, right? So we have some pretty good chances to make some history. Look, if we can keep getting these medals, I think it would be such a great era to inspire that next generation. And I think, you know, a big part of that is coming home, coming speaking to our programs, our youth programs, and making sure that we can inspire that next person that wants to do it.
Bye.